Y'all are in for a doozy today. A doozy, I say. Ugh. I hate this movie. I hate this movie so much. I hate that I've seen it 3 times, but I'm excited to tell you about it because it is the worst movie I've seen exactly 3 times.
Oh my god.
Hey yay, it's Kay. I hope you're having a great day, yay. I have a Red Bull. It's 11 p.m. Let's get into it, shall we? Alright, so today the movie we're talking about is Annihilation.
No.
Start from the beginning.
A movie that came out in 2018. It actually did pretty well in the box offices from what I saw. And I know you're like, oh, KA, why are you talking about this old movie that no one cares about? And I'm talking about it because I hate it. I hate this film.
Oh, I hate you.
I've seen it 3 times, like I mentioned before. The first 2 times I saw it were on accident, and the last time was on purpose so I could make this video for you. The first time I saw this movie was actually, I got the tail end of it at a guy's house and remember thinking, this movie's weird. And then the second time I saw it, I watched it from the very beginning and did not realize it was the same movie until I hit the part that I had seen the first time and was like, oh my god, it's that movie. And the third time I watched it was to make this video for you. The whole reason I even decided to make this video is because I was watching a YouTube video the other day and I heard that sound effect that every single YouTuber uses, and every time I hear it, it gives me PTSD. I'm like, sound effect, it gives me flashbacks, and so I decided I have to talk about this movie. I have to talk about this movie and I have to talk about why it sucks. But whatever, this intro's been way too long already, so let's actually get into the movie. So the film opens with a woman in white sitting in a room surrounded by people in hazmat suits. They're asking her questions like, what happened to these people? And all she can say is, I don't know.
I don't know.
Immediately after this, we cut to a scene of a meteor hitting this lighthouse and this like weird silvery force fieldy thing coming out of it. And then we get the title card, Annihilation. Quick heads up, this movie is a flashback within a flashback, which is part of the reason why I hate it, but I don't want to talk about it too soon. I don't want to get into the tomfoolery yet, so bear with me while I explain this like early bits for you. Next, we see that same woman in white, but she's in a classroom. We presume she's some sort of college professor, and she's teaching about cancer cells and cells splitting up, and this is supposed to be some sort of foreshadowing, and I guess in a way it kind of is, but it's the worst foreshadowing in the world. Huh? Alphonse wanted to say hi. Say hi to him. Be good to him. You wanna see him? Say hi, Alphonse. After class, another professor invites her to a garden party this weekend, but she declines, saying she has plans, which is a lie, and he's like, oh, it's been a year, you don't have to feel guilty, insinuating that a year ago, something happened. When she gets home, we see a bunch of pictures of a man. This is her husband, and then we get a flashback of her having good times with him, laughing, giggling, cuddling, making it seem like they have the absolute perfect marriage. See, we're already starting the flashback within a flashback nonsense, so please bear with me. When we cut back to the real world, she has a good cry about her missing husband and she starts painting the bedroom. And here is when her husband suddenly reappears. He's like weird and sweaty and like awkward and silent, but he's here after a year of being gone randomly. She cries and holds him and says how happy she is to see him. And he's literally just sitting here like, it's very, very, very awkward, and you can tell something is amiss. After this very awkward reunion, we cut to the man and the wife sitting at the table, and she's asking him questions like, was your mission covert? What happened? Where have you been? How did you get here? And his responses are all very vague, like maybe, or I don't know, kind of catatonic? Is that the right word? Similar to how we saw the woman at the very beginning of the film. We actually learn her name is Lena, and so that's what I'll be calling her going forward. Lena keeps probing her husband, trying to get answers out of him, but the best answer she gets out of him is confusing at best. It's something along the lines of, I was in a room and I saw your face, or something like that. And then he says he doesn't feel well and starts vomiting blood. Immediately, he's rushed to the hospital, and on their way there in the ambulance, they are cut off by SWAT cars and helicopters, and he is ripped out of the ambulance. Lena is also sedated, and when she wakes up, she's in a place called Area X. All right, so look me in my eyes and tell me that this movie hasn't been pretty interesting up until this point. Did a really good job of hooking the audience and being interesting from the jump, so it's really disappointing to see what could have been a good movie go so far south, but I'm getting ahead of myself. You just wait. When Lena wakes, she's essentially in like prison clothes, and she's in this small cell-like room. She throws up in the toilet, probably side effects from the sedation, and then a woman walks in. The woman explains her name is Dr. Ventress and that she is a psychologist. Dr. Ventress starts asking Lena questions about her husband, when he got home, if she was contacted when he was on his way home, or at any point during the past year, essentially. And Lena's like, I don't know, and he hasn't contacted me. Finally, the doctor tells Lena that Kane, that's her husband's name, is extremely ill with multiple organ failure and that he's dying. After this, Dr. Ventress lets Lena see where Kane has been all this time, and it was actually in this weird dome of colors and lights that we saw at the beginning during the title card. They call this the Shimmer. She explains that the military and government has been sending people in to find out anything that they can about it. However, no one ever returns, not even drones. It's also spreading, and if they don't find a way to stop it, it'll eventually consume everything. Thus, annihilation. Maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Dr. Ventress tells Lena that no one has ever come out of the Shimmer until Kane, but he's dying, so their one route to answers is on their deathbed. She asks Lena if she'd like to go home, and she says no. She wants to stay here with her husband. Then we get another flashback. We're like 15 minutes into this movie. That is flashback number 2. But anyway, we get a flashback of Lena and Kane cuddled up in bed. She's asking him questions about his mission, and he's being very vague. More vague than usual, and she can tell something's wrong. Back to the present, Lena finds herself talking to a woman named Anya, who introduces her to the rest of her team. This is a team of female-only scientists who all specialize in their own field. The ladies get to talking, and it turns out that Anya and her team are actually scheduled to go inside of the Shimmer, along with Dr. Ventress, in just 6 days. After this chat, Lena goes to visit Kane. She touches his chest and tells him that she knows why he went in and that she's going in too. I'm glad that she knows why he went in, because I have no idea, and they never expound upon that. I think maybe, is it a selfless thing? Is it like a self-sacrifice hero thing? Why did he go in? Why did he go in? She says she knows why, but I sure don't. I'm already getting stressed, and we haven't even gotten to the meat of the story yet. I hate movies where they don't explain shit to me. Explain it to me like I'm 5 in every single movie. I want to be told a story. I don't want to have to decipher the story when I watch a movie. Ooh, already getting heated. And it's actually at this point of the movie that I realized something. The movie is clearly catering to a female audience because the entire cast outside of Lena's husband, Kane, is female. Every single person is female, so it's catering to a female audience, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the movie itself is sci-fi, which is a largely male-dominated audience. And I'm not saying that those two things don't overlap, but I feel like the Venn diagram for that specific audience is very, very small, right? Women that are into sci-fi do certainly exist, but certainly not as many as there are men that enjoy sci-fi. Does that make sense? I feel like that's why the movie flopped. I know that it got pretty decent ratings according to Rotten Tomatoes and stuff, but the movie cost $55 million to make and only made $43 million globally, and so they suffered a loss from the making of this movie, and I have a feeling that is part of the reason for it, outside of the fact that the movie is so ass. I hate this movie. Whatever. But I'm a woman that likes sci-fi, so it should have been good to me, and it wasn't. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent. Let me get back to the plot.
One eternity later.
So the 6 days are up before you know it, and the 5 ladies are ready to walk into the shimmer. They step up to it, share a look between one another, and they step inside. The next scene actually shows them waking up. They don't remember anything that's happened. However, it appears that they walked in, made camp, and have been there for at least 3 to 4 days, according to the food depletion. After sort of piecing this information together, they pack up their camp and start exploring this vibrantly green place that they know as the shimmer. Let me stop you there. If you haven't seen this movie before, comment below right now what you think this movie is about, because I promise you, you're gonna get it wrong. You might be close, but you're gonna get it wrong because it makes no sense. Comment below what you think this movie is about. The goal is to make it to the lighthouse that we saw at the very beginning of the movie, collect data, and return. So our 5 ladies start heading in the direction that they assume the lighthouse is in. They're not 100% sure because none of their technology works, including compasses. After a little bit of traveling, the women run across this completely overgrown boathouse. It's overgrown with all of these weird, never before seen type of flowers. They're all appearing very mutated, and that's kind of theme throughout the movies, this like mutation. So they explore this boathouse and they're kind of in this like knee-deep water, and something big grabs one of the women and drags her beneath. The others jump in behind her and somehow manage to grab her and bring her back out of the water fully unharmed, which is wild because it turns out the thing that grabbed her is this giant mutated alligator crocodile thing. I actually don't know if it's an alligator or crocodile. It's this. It's this. So oddly enough, this mutated creature is not that much of a threat. They take it down pretty easily by shooting it in the mouth a bunch of times, and they realize it has tons and tons of rows of mutated shark-like teeth, kind of like the mutation we saw in the flowers just a little bit ago. So after the mutated creature, they find a boat in the boathouse and row down the river. It's kind of serene and beautiful in this place that's supposed to be a hellhole that no one escapes. Before long, after a bit of rowing, they find something, a place called Fort Amaya. They see that it's also overgrown with these flower mutation things, but they decide to set up camp there for the night because it's starting to get dark. Once they're inside Fort Amaya, they see these beds and bags, and they assume it comes from the people that were scouting before them. They dig around a little bit and they find a video clip saying, "For those who follow."
For those that follow.
And, well, because they're literally those that follow, they decide to watch the video. They plug the flash drive into a camera, and the camera actually works. It just doesn't get signal to the outside. And they start watching the clip. Turns out that Lena sees her husband, Kane. He was here. Lena is watching him stick a knife into the belly of one of his teammates, all while he's still alive, and gut him. Once he gets his stomach completely open, you see his intestines writhing inside of him like snakes. Could you guess what this movie is about? Do you know? Because if you were like me, you would think this movie is about mutations, right? The whole like cancer cell thing at the beginning, the whole mutated alligator crocodile thing, the flowers, these mutated intestine things. You would think the movie is about mutation, nah? But let me not get too far ahead of myself. We'll get there, just you wait. So after seeing this, the team of women decide to stop watching. They're kind of split on what they think they just saw. Half the team thinks that the scouting team before them went crazy and that the snake guts were a trick of the light, and the other half of the team thinks that something happened and something was alive inside of him. A mutation, if you will. The ladies explore further inside the camp and they find this very Last of Us-esque fungal mutation human thing dead, plastered against the wall. They take a sample and decide to finally set up camp for the night. But they're all pretty spooked. This whole time we're getting more flashbacks of Lena and Kane. Kane presumably knowing what he's walking into and that he probably won't walk back out. And we're also getting these flashbacks of Lena riding somebody like a horse, but we can't see exactly who it is.
What?
Late that night, Lena can't sleep, and so she decides she wants to relieve Dr. Ventress of her watch duty early. The two women sit around and chat for a little while, and suddenly they hear a noise. And something has ripped through the fence. The thing that ripped through the fence was a giant mutated bear. The other women hear the commotion and they rush to group up. However, it's too late and the bear grabs Shepherd, one of the women in the team, and drags her off into the night. That is one down, 4 to go. In the morning, Anya decides she wants to leave. She says that they've already been attacked twice, they have plenty of research, and they've already lost one of their own. It's time to leave. And honestly, not that I would ever go into the Shimmer, but I am with her. At this point, why would you carry on? What purpose do you have to carry on? Well, you've got some stuff. Go home. But no, then it wouldn't be a movie. So they venture on. The women actually manage to convince Anya to stay by saying that they're already 6 days in and that the lighthouse is only 2 days away. It would be a waste to go home now. And so she very, very reluctantly agrees. Here, we flash forward to Lena in the chair talking to that guy in the hazmat suit from the beginning of the movie, and he's still questioning her, or interviewing her, if you will. The guy asks her why she lied about the best route to the lighthouse and if she knew that Dr. Ventress had cancer. That makes sense. Dr. Ventress's motivation is that she has cancer and she knows she's not going to return. Sure, that makes sense if you squint at it, I guess. But why doom 4 healthy women? I guess 2 healthy women, because one's missing and one, being Lena, wants to go. So why doom 2 perfectly healthy women that are also with you on this mission because you want to find out what happened to your husband? Like, that's selfish and whack.
Whack.
But anyway, flashing back into the Shimmer, 4 women venture on. After a little bit of walking, they see Shepard's boots, kind of solidifying the fact that she's dead, but this apparently is not enough proof, and Lena decides she wants to go look for her. If this were a horror movie, she would be dead, because that is so stupid. But okay.
It's okay, it's okay!
After searching for a little while, Lena does eventually find Shepard's body, and she is in fact dead. Shocker. She returns to the group and they continue on 4 strong. Eventually, after walking for a little while, they run into a few rural farm-style houses and they see a bunch of people-shaped bushes. Like literally people-shaped. Something about this discovery has Glasses Lady figuring out that the dome that they're in, the Shimmer, is actually a prism and it's refracting everything inside of it, including DNA, and that's why everything is mutated, including them. They realize that they are all on the clock now. However, even though they figured this out, there's really not that much they can do about this information. They've been here for a week and the damage is already done, so they venture on. The ladies end up setting up camp in one of these houses, and Anya is getting more and more visibly agitated. Something is going on with her. She's starting to go a little crazy. Okay, so in the next scene, we get a flashback within a flashback. We see that Lena was actually having an affair with the professor from the beginning of the movie. The garden party, this guy, remember? She was having an affair with him, meaning that the marriage that was depicted as perfect and lovely this whole time wasn't as spotless as they led us to believe. Later that night, when all of the women are sleeping, Anya wakes Lena up with a gun in her face. She calls her a lying bitch and then pistol whips her with an M16. Yeah, I know my guns or whatever. I'm just kidding. I Googled it.
Oh my God!
So when she wakes up after being pistol whipped by Anya, she finds herself tied up along with all of the other women, and Anya has finally lost it. She calls her a lying bitch. She found a locket with Kane's picture around Lena's neck, and so she's finally put together that Lena and Kane are married, and that's why she was so motivated to go inside the Shimmer, because everybody knows about the man that survived the Shimmer, and so she now understands her motivation to get to the lighthouse and why she was so desperate to move forward when she wanted to turn back. Which, I mean, low-key, she's got a point, but she's being psycho about it, but she's got a point. Okay, so Anya goes to gut Lena, but suddenly she hears Shepard's voice calling out for help. And it actually turns out that Anya and Shepard were in a lesbian relationship, and that is specifically why she was so shaken up about her death. Are you following? Follow me here. Follow me here. So it turns out that that voice actually wasn't Shepard, it was the bear that had killed her. It was mimicking her voice like a Wendigo would in urban legends. And I won't lie, this is actually a pretty cool, like, little fight. The bear looks cool, the Wendigo voice thing is cool. This moment right here, this singular scene, is probably the best part of the whole movie. So when we finally see the bear, its maw is dripping with blood, presumably Anya's, and it starts circling the tied up trio. It seems to be blind, so it sniffs around for them while they're being obviously very still and very silent. It sniffs for a second and then rears back to attack. Before it can do that though, Anya rounds the corner. She's like really like bloodied and fucked up, but still standing. She fires her gun at it, and that's when it lunges at her and rips off her face. Another one bites the dust. So now we are 2 down, 3 to go. After killing her, it turns to Lena, but before it can do anything to her, Glasses Lady slips free from her restraints and grabs Anya's gun and shoots it with the remaining bullets. After this, Dr. Ventress decides she's leaving right now. Even though it's not even light out, she says she can feel her body disintegrating and her mind deteriorating, and she wants to be the most sane version of herself when she gets to the lighthouse, and so she flies solo. In the morning, it's just Glasses Lady, I never learn her name, and Lena. Glasses Lady is oddly calm. She's sitting in the dirt and she's almost wistful. She touches her arm and it appears that leaves are starting to grow out of it. And I don't know. This is when the movie starts completely taking a left turn. Like I could follow it up until this moment, but this right here is the catalyst. Maybe not catalyst. Catalyst is the wrong word for it, but this right here is the turning point for weird. It just gets fucking weird from here. So Glasses Lady gets up, takes a few steps, and then turns into one of those people trees.
Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis.
Obviously she mutated, right? But that doesn't explain anything.
Huh?
I mean, it does, because like the shimmer is a prism and it's mutating them, and so something was bound to happen to them the longer they stay inside, but she's just kind of like, I don't want to fight anymore, and then just turns into a tree. I don't know. But you still think this movie is about mutations, right? Or what do you think it's about? Comment below. What do you think this movie is fucking about? You might be close, but you won't get it right. Not unless you've seen it. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Stay with me. But anyway.
One eternity later.
Now it's just Lena all on her own. Now, all that's left to do is to go to the lighthouse. Lena is sobbing when we cut to her next. She's thinking about her affair, her marriage, life in general, and she heads to the lighthouse. Eventually, Lena finds herself on a beach not too far from the lighthouse. The sand in the surrounding area are covered in these weird crystal tree things, and immediately outside of the lighthouse there's human bones everywhere. And when you pause on the human bones, it looks like it spells something, but I could not find out what it said even when I googled it. But clearly it's supposed to say something. She makes it to the lighthouse and she walks inside. When she gets inside the lighthouse, there's literally like nothing except for some dead vines, a calcified body with a camera pointed at it, and a black gaping hole. Stupid. Lena decides to watch what's on the camera, and we see mostly what we've already seen. The lighthouse, the weird crystal trees, the bones. But then we see Kane and some weird yellow pulsating thing. The film shows him sitting in front of the camera talking about his life, and then he asks, "Have you ever seen a phosphorus bomb go off?"
You ever seen a phosphorus grenade go off?
He explains that it's bright and loud, and then it actually seems like he's talking to someone, because he then asks whoever he's talking to go find Lena, and they say, "I will." After that, he pulls the pin to the bomb he's holding in his hand and blows himself up, meaning that the calcified body that we're seeing is actually Kane, meaning that the Kane we saw at the beginning of the video is not Kane, meaning that we're f***ing with aliens. And you might have guessed aliens, because I guessed aliens too, but I did not guess where we were going from here. But anyway, we went from mutation to aliens. Keep up. Let me stop my tangent. So the person from behind the camera walks around in front of the lens, and it is also Kane. So I guess the alien has the ability to take physical form from other humans. I don't get what that has to do with mutation though, because mutation has been the name of the game this entire time. I mean, it was kind of about aliens from the beginning because of the meteor, and I feel like meteor automatically insinuates alien, but this whole time it's been mutation, and now it's alien that looks like the person it interacts with, you know? But anyway, Lena now realizes that the body in front of her is her real husband, and knowing this makes her decide to go into the lighthouse ussy. She goes deeper and deeper into this ussy-like hole, and at the base she finds Dr. Ventress in this kind of like trance-like state. She talks about how it's inside her now and that it's not like us.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
After this, she vomits light? I do not know. Let me tell you, I hate a movie. When I go to the movies, when I watch a film, I expect to understand what the is going on. I expect to be able to grasp it. I would not consider myself a stupid person, but this movie makes me feel stupid. And I guess maybe this is one of those like art film, like artsy movie people movies. And I'm not one of those people. Like, I want to understand what I'm watching. I don't want to have to piece together the film myself. I want it explained to me, because if I wanted to figure out a fucking riddle, I would watch Clue, not this. Anyway, Dr. Ventress vomits light, and then she kind of turns into particles and floats away.
Nothing beats a Chelsea holiday. And right now, you can...
4 down, 1 to go. Then Lena sees that yellow pulsating thing that was in the video with her husband, and she stares into it. She's transfixed on it. She cannot look away. A single piece of blood is pulled from a cut on her face, and it takes that blood and splits the cells. Oh, mutation. Oh, you remember that foreshadowing at the beginning of the movie? There it is. Still doesn't make any sense. And when it takes this blood, it creates an exact replica of her. But before it looks like her, it is this silver humanoid alien shape thing. And slowly over the course of a few minutes, it starts to like take on her physical features. I fucking hate this movie, dude. Lena shoots the thing and the bullets just fly straight through it, and she runs. But by the time she makes it to the lighthouse again, it's already in there. And now we get an incredibly long and uncomfortable scene of the silver alien version of Lena copying her every move. Lena turns left, the thing turns left. And it's just a bunch of mimicking back and forth. It's a really long scene of genuinely nothing happening. While this is happening, this is where we hear the sound. This is the sound that all the YouTubers use in every video. It comes from this movie. Every time I hear this sound, it gives me PTSD. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. This is where the sound originates from. You are so welcome, because I bet you didn't know that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Lena runs to the lighthouse door, and it like smushes her against its weight. She realizes it's copying her after 10 minutes of it, and she relaxes, causing the alien to relax too. She gets up and faces it, and I know this is supposed to be some sort of commentary on like facing your fears or something. I don't know and I don't care. I don't know and I do not care. But she eventually realizes that there's another phosphorus bomb in the bag that her husband used, and so she grabs the bomb and hands it to the alien. After handing it to the alien, she pulls the pin and sprints as fast as she can away from it, which is odd because if it was copying her every move like it had been up until genuinely just now, wouldn't it also run after her when she runs away? I don't know. Anyway, she pulls the pin, the bomb goes off, and the alien thing just kind of stands there on fire. It doesn't take damage for a moment until the fire spreads to the dead vines inside the lighthouse. It starts finally like deteriorating or whatever, and the alien, Lena, crawls back into the lighthouse ussy, and the whole structure kind of burns down. When this happens, all of the crystal trees start to break and the shimmer disappears, and so Lena leaves supposedly victorious. Here is where we flash forward to Lena talking to the man in the hazmat suit, saying that the shimmer wasn't actually destroying anything, but it was just changing things and making something new. Lena then requests to see Kane, who has miraculously recovered from his organ failure, and she asks him, she's like, "You're not Kane, are you?" And he says, "I don't think so." Then he asks her if she's Lena, and she doesn't respond. They hug, and when they hug, both of their eyes start to pulsate all of these different shimmery light colors, and that's the end of the movie. I'm pretty sure the movie was insinuating that Lena did not live the phosphorus bomb thing, which would have just been a lie. You're just lying to me because you showed me the alien crawling into the lighthouse Ussy and expiring. So now you're saying that the alien actually lived just like the Kane alien lived? The movie lied to me. Oh my god, I can't. So basically, Kane and Lena are now both aliens, and I guess they're gonna take over the world now or something. That's up for interpretation. It's up for interpretation. I don't know, and I guess that's why it's called Annihilation, because now they're gonna annihilate the world. But the shimmer is gone. I don't know. Someone explain this movie to me like I'm 5 years old right now. Because what do you mean? I've seen that movie 3 times. I hate this movie. Anyway, let's move on to closing thoughts. What was the damn point? What was the point? The entire movie, everyone is just wandering, and I mean, maybe that's a metaphor for wandering through life or something, but everyone's just wandering. The main character honestly isn't that likable. She's deadpan and flat, and we're not invested in her story at all. We're not invested in any of the stories. I didn't even know 2 of the women's name. I knew Anya, I knew Dr. Ventress, I knew Shepard, but only after she died, and I still don't know Glasses Girl's name, so I didn't care about them when they died. What was the point of the movie? What was the point? Tell me. Find out that her entire motivation of going inside the shimmer was undermined because her husband was already dead. He was dead the entire time. So the movie is 115 minutes of wasted time, and I've seen it 3 times, and I certainly will not watch it again. And now hopefully you've seen this movie and you won't have to either. I hate this movie from the bottom of my core. Who is this movie even for? Women, artsy people, and sci-fi fans? Because if you put those people all together in a Venn diagram, that's like 7 people. There's like 7 people that this movie is for, and I am not one of them. But anyway, I don't have any more energy to put into this dumpster fire ass movie. I hate this film. Give me $55 million and I can make a better film. It's just, I've got no more energy. But anyway, if you like this video, please like this video. It's painstaking to make for you. Please let me know what you think I should talk about next time. I know I've been talking about anime up until now, but I don't want to pigeonhole myself into anime. So I'm happy to talk about movies, shows, anime, basically anything other than politics. So let me know what you want me to talk about next time. Please like this video. Please comment. Please subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye.